If you're planning to apply for the UK skilled worker visa, then you need to watch this video, as I'll be sharing with you things you need to look out on your certificate of sponsorship, the reasons why people are getting rejections on their skilled worker visa, and also things you need to do differently to avoid your visa application being rejected for a skilled worker here in the United Kingdom. So if this sounds like something you'd like to know, don't go anywhere, keep watching till the end. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And to my returning subscribers, you guys are the real MVP. Thank you for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get into the video. For those who don't know, a certificate of sponsorship, popularly called COS, is a document provided by an employer to an employee to be able to apply for the skilled worker visa that gives them the right to work in the United Kingdom. And to be honest, this is actually the goal of so many international students, those on post-study work visa, to be able to eventually get a sponsor to, allow them work or get the right to work in the UK, and of course, start counting their 5 years settlement route. Now, I decided to make this video because I recently read about someone who applied for the skilled worker visa and got rejected because of one of the mistakes I'm going to be mentioning in this video. And it's really important that if you're planning to apply for your certificate or for your skilled worker visa, after you've obtained your COS, there's some information on your COS letter you need to check out, because if those information are not accurate, this might definitely affect your skilled worker visa application. And I told this a lot to a lot of people that see guys, if you're getting a COS from an employer, don't assume they've gotten all the information right. You still need to look through those documents and to check to make sure that you are applying with the appropriate and the right COS for the job you're applying for. Now, aside from the fact that some COS might not be genuine, which I also will mention in this video, you need to also check out if some information are correct. Now, one of the things you need to check out on your COS is the details of the sponsor, that is the name of your employer, and also the sponsor's license number. There's a particular place on gov.uk that you can check out the list of organizations in the UK that are licensed to sponsor. And I've gotten to, I've heard about a lot of people who got COS that are not genuine from, employers that are never licensed by the UK Home Office. So you need to check out, when you get a COS from an employer, you need to check out if that particular employer's license number is on gov.uk, so you don't waste your time and money to apply for a skilled worker visa that will eventually get denied. And also you need to check out the starting date on your COS. Now this is really important, because even when you're filling out your skilled worker visa application on gov.uk, you would also be required to provide the start date. And the reason why this is really important, aside from the fact that if you're a student in the UK, you can switch to a skilled worker visa until after completion of the program. Now this is really key. So you need to ensure that you check out the start date stated on your COS. Now this is one of the questions most people ask is, do I need to wait until I finish my program before I start looking for a job? The answer is no. You can start looking for a job while you're still studying. However, when you eventually get a job or an employer that is going to sponsor your skilled worker visa, ensure that the start date stated on your COS is after the completion of your program here in the United Kingdom. So yeah, checking out your start date is really, really, really important. And also you need to check out your job title, your job type, and also the summary of your job role. Now this is important because also when you're filling out your visa application, you need to provide all of this information. You need to get to understand or know if the job you're applying for is under the shortage occupation, what is the occupation code for that job title you are getting into, that job role you're getting into. All of this information is really important, and you need to confirm all of this on your certificate of sponsorship. And of course, go ahead to check out gov.uk. And one other thing you also need to make sure that is stated on your COS, which is really important for skilled worker, is to check if your employer has certified maintenance for you and your family members. Now this is really important, especially for those who are outside the UK or those who have not lived in the UK for up to 1 year. You need to confirm, because this is one of the questions that the employer is going to ask you before they even issue your certificate. Do you want them to be a sponsor as in, do you want them to act as a sponsor for the maintenance of your family? Because if they don't, then you need to provide an additional document during your visa application to show that you have enough fund for your maintenance. Basically, I'm going to mention more about that later in this video. Now, another thing you need to check out is to check out if your COS, if the COS you have received include the sponsor's notes, if any additional information is needed. Now, this is really important. Now, these are some of the things you need to make sure you check out on your certificate of sponsorship before you push out that skilled worker visa application. Now, we'll be talking about some of the most common reasons for the skilled worker visa application rejection. And one of the major reasons is that the job you're applying for does not meet the minimum salary requirement. Now, one of the major important requirements for a skilled worker visa is that the job you're applying for must meet the salary requirements. And if you're applying for a job in the UK, you must be earning at least £25,600 in a year, or £10.10 in a year. Or the last condition is that the job you're applying for must meet the going rate, which it's really dependent on the kind of job you're applying for. However, if you're applying for a job under the shortage occupation list, then you should be earning above £20,480 per year, or at least £10.10 per hour, which is really an important requirement that you need to meet before you push out that skilled worker visa application. Now, another major reason why people get rejections on their skilled worker visa application is because the information they provided is insufficient or inaccurate. Now, it's very important that when you're filling in your skilled worker visa application, make sure you read the instruction properly before putting any information. Trust me, you don't want to go through the stress of applying and paying for the application fees and have to go through rejections. Then you have to then go through the administrative review, which is probably going to take forever. So make sure that you're filling in the appropriate or the accurate information required for the visa you're applying for. Now, and that is why people get rejections on their skilled worker visa application, is because the candidate does not meet the skill requirements. Now, this is important because the Home Office is really trying to, especially for those in the health and care visa, they're really trying as much as possible to make sure that visa applications are actually genuine. So if you're applying for a job role and you got a job, you got a COS, and you're applying for a visa, the Home Office still go ahead to check out your information to see if you actually have the minimum skill required for that job. So you need to make sure that is checked out before you put out that application. And also another reason is that candidate has no compliance offenses. So you need to make sure they have non-compliance offenses, and you need to make sure that you have no criminal record. If you have any criminal record that won't affect your application, you need to make sure you declare those in your visa application. And also, candidate does not meet the adequate fund. Now, this might not be generic, because if you've lived in the UK for more than 1 year, you don't need to provide any proof of funds if you're applying for a skilled worker visa. However, if you're applying from outside the UK, then you're required to provide a proof of funds, which is about £1,270 in your bank account for 28 days. Now, this is really important. You need to make sure you have that particular fund in your account if you've lived in the UK for less than 1 year or you're applying from outside the UK. And that is why people get rejections, is that the document provided are in one format. So you need to check out that you are providing the document required in the right format. You don't want to provide a document that the staff in the Home Office can access. So make sure that you're applying with the right format. So yeah, these are some of the reasons why people get rejections. And also, you make sure that you are applying for your skilled worker visa application within 3 months of getting your COS. Now, most people get their COS, of course, on your certificate of sponsorship. It's going to be stated there when that particular COS is going to expire. So make sure you apply for your skilled worker visa within the duration of the validity of that certificate of sponsorship. So if you find this video, also click on the like button. If you have any thoughts or you have any contribution to what has been mentioned in this video, please state in the comment section. And if you're coming across this video for the first time, what are you waiting for? Hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. My returning subscribers, I really do love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So this will be the end of this video, and I will see you guys definitely in my next video. Thank you.